coming to the meeting tonight. Since I'm on a chair, I think I'll start first. My name's Kevin Gebert, and I am a financial comic. And I struggle with OCD. Now, each one of you in the audience probably struggles with OCD, but I call it obsessive comic disorder. So when Jennifer asked, well, first of all, I'd like to thank Jennifer for this opportunity. She told me it was my test run to be the keynote speaker at Social Media Summit 2015. You have to cheer louder than that, come on. The annual Social Media Summit. But I'd like to, first of all, then my job is, you guys can apply for my job next year too, so just, get those jokes running. I'd like to thank David LaHaye for I told him I would sit beside him today, and I said, hey, I'll make a joke with you, not about you, but, the business tuner. And it's amazing on being social media, he actually made a Google app. He actually provided the 4D apps for tonight. Come on. 3D printer, you can taste the 3D printer, come on. Do I have to explain these things? But I want to be honest why I'm here tonight. I'm here to gather Facebook friends. So that's Financial Photographs, FOTOgraphs.com on Facebook. Twitter followers, at trebeg.com, that's Gebert backwards. But also Steve Dotto in the room. Oh man, I made this joke just for him. Well, then it kind of ruins my set then. So anyways, I'll repeat the joke. I was a famous TV author, or TV personality years ago too, because he had Dottotech, right? Mine was called Dittotech. Because every time, mine was just had the 6-second delay like radio, so whatever he played, I just did ditto. So there was a social media virus coming through on Twitter, TweetDeck, right? There was forwarding, retweeting, all that stuff, right? But it was the greatest thing because somehow my club score went up. It's World Cup time, and I just ruined the scores up here. I taped it, and I thought I'd wear my Spain or England T-shirt up here today. Yeah, right. But I thought that if I had a chance to win, I'd participate in the wine shirt thing. So, because England and Spain are kind of losers, for all you soccer fans. But anyways, remember anybody soccer fans here? Football fans? Okay, European fans. I listened to NW 98 before the World Cup started, and Portugal scored, and they played a song, and the play-by-play guy, he scored, goal! The goal, like my voice is gone, but the big goal. Anybody hear that before? So anyways, when I stand up here, it's Kevin Gebert, the comic, is standing up, and he's ready to throw his punchline. Is he going to be funny? Is he going to be funny? He does the punchline, and then the crowd goes, funny! No? Okay. I just started the first 19 years of my my financial planning career. I'm a financial planner. I want people to know that I'm educated, I have experience, and now I'm legal to be your financial planner. Part of it, as a financial analyst, I like to do research into companies. So I thought, what better company to research lately but Lululemon? Because as a financial analyst, I have to look at the material changes in a company. So, but the thing is, they were changing CEOs, and if you look at me, I just wouldn't look the part. Imagine me wearing Lululemon outfits, on CEO things, right? So I'll stick as a financial planner rather than the CEO of Lululemon. My dad, when he was 60 years old, he lost 60 pounds. And so I thought, well, being the eldest son, I would, 66 of the way through is to turn 41. So when I was 41, I thought I was going to lose 41 pounds. As you can see, I decided to write a book, and I decided not to lose a pound. I thought, hey, I'm 43 in March, what's another 2 pounds, right? But what really sucks when you have a little baggage is when you're changing your shirt and your 3.5-year-old daughter comes up to you and says, Daddy, boys don't have boobies. Now, anybody watch Disney Junior around here with their kids? There's a show called Bananas in Pajamas. Anyone watch that? Okay. So you have Banana 1 saying, hey, B2, do you know what I'm thinking? And B1 would say, yes, I know what you're thinking, B2. So I call my 2 kids K1 and K2. But around the dinner table, we're having a fight because I want to make sure that the family, we go and get a dog. K9. Okay, anybody have a Will out there? Come on. Will, come on. Are you too embarrassed to raise your hand that you don't have a Will? Good. Okay, you have to make sure, because WESA came out, Wills and Estate Succession Act, March 31st. So if you don't have a will, you don't know who's going to pull the plug, right, Jackie? You also don't know who's going to look after your assets, right? But if you can't look after yourself, how are you going to tell somebody that looks after you that you have to have your Facebook profile put up? Now, my son is in grade 1, and he has his homework. And so it wasn't until the first parent-teacher night that I found out that I was supposed to be checking his homework. Count by twos, letters words that start with N, and all that stuff. So I went to the the parent-teacher night, and she said, "Hey, did you know that you're supposed to sign off on your son's paperwork?" Because I'm just a little curious, because I don't think you were officially named, your official name is Dad. So my son was putting in the word Dad. Dad looked at it. So my concern was not so much that, but if she had anything wrong, because the 2 words that started with N, I suggested numb and nuts. And then my son, what is that? Oh, just wait till you get kicked, where? With the soccer ball. So the tooth fairy comes along and lost a tooth, and hey, what's the deal, right? So we thought, okay, well, the tooth fairy wants something quiet. So we're going to have to settle on a $5 bill. So we did the research on Facebook, with our friends. And so $5 bill. So I thought, okay, $5 bill, how many teeth, being a financial planner. And my son said, hey, thanks for the $1, but I'd rather, my favorite color is blue, so I'd rather have the blue tooth. There's a lot of potty training happening in my 3.5-year-old daughter now, a little while ago. So we had a thing called Mingle, where I teach potty training at the same time I teach the alphabet. Okay? So, B, and Daddy would have to pick up on the accident. Pick up the accident, right? So anyways, B will be accident in the backyard. I, accident in the in-laws' living room. And at the neighbors. O in Daddy's office, or G in the garage, and O in Daddy's office, right? Too bad, but that was about Pinky the Poodle. Anyone have a Starbucks gold card here? Yay! You have to keep 30 stars, right? To maintain it. So I thought, well, that's good. I get free refills and all that stuff, but how am I going to get 30 stars? So I phoned my mom and I said, hey, Mom, can I borrow any of those stars that I got when I didn't sew in my pants? But Starbucks didn't like that fact that I get the stars from, 4 years ago. Anybody daydream here? You look up in the clouds, you think it's going to be a mortgage for TV there, right? Big house, But when we're doing the potty training, my daughter is taking it to the next level. She's going to the bathroom and says, "Hey, Mommy, Daddy, come here. I just did a big dinosaur and a little teeny worm." Oh, shit. Movie remakes. Anybody watch Siskel and Ebert? Yeah, when Siskel died, or Ebert died, no, Ebert, sorry, I reminisced of when I was in high school, because my friend and I had something called Giblets and Bits. It was a column in the school newspaper about dog food. But then I thought, we actually did a movie review. So I thought, if you had movies from the 80s and you remade them, what would it sound like? Financially speaking. Okay? Now, Karate Kid. Everybody remember Karate Kid? Wash on, wash off. Wax on, wax off. Okay? Well, we have the financial credit card parent, where you take the credit card and you swipe one and then you pay the other one off, and like your shampoo, use, rinse, repeat. Well, you take another credit card and you wash that one off and you pay with the other one, right? That's not funny? No? Okay. The other one was Gremlins. Don't feed them after midnight, right? The other one is Credit Lens. Okay? If you can't pay for what you spend, they will get ugly. Compound interest, on interest on interest on the credit card. And then the last one was Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? Kiki? Ghostbusters, right? I ain't no afraid of the ghosts. Well, there's another one called Debtbusters. Who are you going to call? Your financial planner, of course, right? And I am afraid of those debts. Textbooks. In high school, I was a pain in the ass to my grade 7 teacher. I just hated books. So one day, he was unloading some hardcover textbooks, and before I knew it, a textbook flew by my ear. Back in the day when teachers were allowed to discipline, the only thing I was wishing I wished it was a book on boomerangs. But it was actually a book on foreshadowing, English textbook on foreshadowing. Because, hold your applause, but I'm actually a published author. So you can actually, the pause is, thank you, Jackie. The pause is for applause. So you can visit me in chapters as you want. It's called Financial Photographs, How to Talk to Your Family About Money. But when we're talking about Castle today, anybody love Castle? I thought Jennifer was actually talking about the show on ABC about the guy who writes Castle. Anybody watch that show? But one of the things about, I know you're really paying attention to me, so I will be quick. One thing I found out with the book is the first chapter is about McDonald's, about my father only having coffee because he couldn't afford the family meal, so everyone else was eating, and my father was just, "Hey, I'm not hungry, I just want coffee." And a few people have come to me and said that it brought tears to their eyes because it reminded them of their childhood or their parents. So I thought, well, how does that happen as an author? Do you want your readers to laugh or cry? But I thought, hey, it was good. But any single men out here? Single men? Yay, just for you. One thing about being an author is that your female readers take you to bed. And I'm going to get a shirt. Thank you very much for that applause. That was a plug. So now I'm going to have financial photograph t-shirts, 90s, so the ladies can take me to bed too. So, when early in my career, people called me the financial planner driver because my clients that were getting married, I took them to the altar. Clients that were going to pay for their kids' school, I took them to the bank or the vault, and clients that were getting divorced, I drove them to the cleaners. Now with I like to wear boxers. Anybody like to wear boxers here? Now, thank you, Kiki, my support team right here. Now, I wear boxers. I wear Superman boxers when I'm going to a good meeting, because I want to be like Superman, right? Get that deal, get that car, right? Yay! Tonight, I'm wearing Transformer boxers because I'm transforming myself into a comic. You know, if you're probably cursing, yeah, that guy, shut up. But what I like to do once in a while is steal my mother-in-law's boxers. So, my son was talking about Transformers. More than meets the eye. I had pink eye one night, and I got rid of it a couple days after, and my son said, hey, I'm glad that the Decepticon father left the building. But you know, if I take off my Transformer boxers, there's more to meet the eye. So anybody have a sexy mother-in-law here? Come on, somebody must have a sexy mother-in-law. There we go. Do you know, and you're married too? Who are you married to? Oh! Do you know what's the difference what's in between you and your mother-in-law from hooking up? It's your father-in-law and your wife. You know, with all this thing going on in Seattle and California, Washington State and Colorado, I was growing up and I thought that a pothead was New Year's going out, putting a metal bowl in my head with a wooden spoon. But I got invited out to CKNW to get interviewed for my book, and I didn't know it was the same day as Colorado passed the pot laws. So who would really want to call in about finances when they could call in about pot, right? Anybody know the important phone numbers in the world? 911, you know, phone for an emergency. 411 is get some information. But did you know if you punch in 711, you'll get a hot dog and a Slurpee phone to delivered to you. Anybody watch Miami Ink? Miami Ink, anybody? Oh, there we go. Yay! Miami Ink is a cool show. I love the stories. I was going to get a tattoo of my kids on my shoulder blades. But then my wife said, hey, don't forget about the tattoo with my foot up your ass. But I said, no, that's the show Tattoo Nightmares. Now, my son was playing YouTube, and you know on YouTube they take Mario Brothers and somebody has all the time of the day and they do play-by-play with a lot of swear words. So my son doesn't like swear words. So he was playing YouTube and my daughter comes up to him, I can't hear that, Preston, I can't hear that. Shh, quiet. I can't hear that, Preston. Well, there's a lot of swear words. My 3-year-old says, do you not know what swear word means? And she said, oh yeah, you know, my son goes, you know those words that your mom uses when we're in trouble? And then my little 3-year-old said, yeah, just keep the volume down. So on Financial Planning Radio, anybody that's still paying attention to me, does anybody have, George, your face lit up. Thank you for paying attention. Financial Planning Radio, when I'm... Yeah, I'm almost done. Jennifer asked if I'm almost done. Yeah. Financial Planning Radio for my clients that have kids. Twinkle, twinkle, MasterCard. I always know where you are. Up above the bill so high. Claiming air miles in the sky. And then for my other kid clients too. You know, tomorrow. My debt will be paid off tomorrow. My spending spree ends today. And then for my Beatles clients, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now I think it's here to stay. because I opened up my credit card statement today. Now, I woke up a couple months ago from a great dream. I had an awesome dream playing games in the park, just like Lionel Richie's song, but actually the real story was I was actually funny, and Kiki was there laughing at my jokes. So I woke up, and my wife told me that, you know, you're kind of snoring and you're moving around and all that stuff, and you're really irritable. So I did the husband thing and went to the doctor, and the doctor diagnosed me with comic apnea. So I was at a speaking engagement in California one day, and I went to the can, but I forgot that my lapel mic was on. So I go into the bathroom, you know, zip it up and come out, and I'm on the stage so I don't wet my pants, you know, nervous of speaking in front of people eating while you're doing jokes. And I was introduced as Kevin Gebert, Mr. Flusher. Anybody go take their kids to Walmart? This toy store? I have 2 more jokes, so just settle in. Walmart is great for parenting, because when you go to the toy store and you have your 3-year-old son with you, if the toy says 3+, that's your excuse to not buy the toy. So my son, thank you Rick, I saw the thumbs up. Kind of like going by the teacher, Jim, thumbs up. Anyways, so he turned 7, he's turned 6 recently. So we were in Walmart, and he said, hey, I want that toy 7+, the Transformer. And he said, well, I'm 7 now. I thought that was pretty smart. You know, he's 7 years old. He thinks he is. So I got him the toy. But what I'm really thankful for is that Walmart doesn't have toys for 18+. So, anybody have the flu shot here? Flu shot? Flu shot. Thank you. The controversy with the flu shot. Thank you. Okay. The controversy with the flu shot. So I was worried, should I take it, should I not? You know, will I die, will I not? That sort of thing. So I went to my pastor, and I asked him if I should take the flu shot. And I'm totally convinced now because I talked to my pastor. He said, don't take the flu shot, because the more you sneeze, the more you're blessed. Now the last but not least, we're going to talk about sex, okay? We're not going to talk about George Michael, okay? We're going to have the sex talk, okay? What do you do as a parent when your grade 1 son comes home and he says, Mom, what does the word I don't want to say the last words, Mom. Do you know what I'm talking about? CK, oh yeah, the word that sounds like puck. You know, what do you do as a parent? You're grade 1. A kid is talking in the playground and talking about a word that sounds like puck, and it's not talking about the Canucks. Or he comes home and he says, hey Mom and Dad, how come you have the same room? Well, how are you supposed to answer that question? Mom and Dad share the same bed. How are you supposed to have that question? So he thought a minute, but my son's really smart. And he said, oh, I understand. That's so I and Elena can have our own separate rooms, and we can have our own playroom. And then the last question that every parent just hates. David LaHaye, are you listening to this joke? David? Hello? The worst question you want is about the birds and the bees, right? By show of applause, you like answering that question to your kids? Birds and the bees, come on, side. Talk to your kids, birds and the bees. Well, the way we answered this one was, it's kind of, well, why, you know, how are you going to answer this one, right? So, Mommy is the bird, Daddy is the bee. Daddy stings Mommy. And then my son just intellectually, as a grade 1. He says, "Oh, that's why Mummy has the EpiPen."